sometimes. The only thing I want to talk about is like for youth hockey coaches.
Yeah.
Like, honest to God, man. Honest to God, what I mean, like I have to keep myself from getting like angry. Like, if what ever makes you think that someone should not play, like in youth hockey? Like, here's the things that a couple that maybe are reasonable. The kid had a piss poor attitude or was breaking some rules of the team. Wasn't doing like the little finer details of the game. What is poor effort or just taking stupidity penalties and like detrimental to your team, then you get then it's very, very reasonable to take ice away. But to have a team in youth hockey to play, let's say, two lines and like have one or three guys hardly ever playing, then it's wrong. It's just pure wrong. So the question is like, is it about winning, or is it about developing kids? Because if you're coaching youth hockey and it's all about winning, then you should leave, because that's not what it's all about. Like, I'm not saying don't try to win. Of course you try to win, but winning is done at higher levels. So if you got a coach that it's all about winning, then either that coach needs to move on and show how great he is coaching junior or above, or you need to, that guy needs to go. It's not right. I hope that didn't come across wrong. We want to win. We want to play to win, but it's not all about winning and everything at all costs. Because then it's all about the coach. It has nothing to do with the kids. So that guy will replace any guy in that team if you can get a better player. So that's not winning. It's not good for youth sports. It's not good for anything. It should be about development. So, using an example, and I've done this with a team that I coached, youth hockey, young kid, no good. Kid was no good, but we had 17 guys to pick from. We had to cut one. So our 16th, or well, actually our 3rd to 16th player, no good. But anyways, our last, let's say our worst player, what am I going to do? Sit him at 9 years old? No. Yeah. So what do you do? So I gave this kid a role. I said, when you're on the ice, I said, because he didn't have a hockey brain or anything, but he could skate pretty good. So I found a strength. So son, when you're on the ice, the only thing I want you to do, I didn't make it like because you're shitty. It's like, what I want you to do because you're good at, so anywhere that puck is, I want you to go as hard as you can at it. And then when you get it, just do whatever you want, but like get it up the ice. Like just go hard every time there's a puck. You know what happened? He became very good at it.
Yeah. And
he had a role that he would just hound dog a puck all over the place. The one guy. Mm-hmm. Penalty kill, power play, icing, inappropriately, whatever. Yeah. He'd be all over the. Guess what happened? He felt pretty good about it. And we ended up putting him on a lot of penalty kills because he did it really well. So I took a kid that shouldn't have been on our team, and he was okay.
It was better for your team. It's not like
it actually turned out good for the team. Yeah, exactly.
It's not that he costed you.
Right. Yeah. So as a coach, you picked them, man.
Yeah.
You picked your team. Don't ever sit there and say, yeah, but they're shit. He can't play. You picked them.
Yeah.
If you can't give him a regular shift, all within reason, dude.
Yeah.
But if you can't give him a regular shift, you shouldn't have picked him. So now it's your job to develop him. And I don't care if you think he's the worst player in the history of the world. We've all had them. Find something that he's good at. There's something. Give him one task to do very, very well. He'll do it. And then when he does something, tell him he did a good job. If he did it even half-assed, tell him he did a good job. Keep doing it, and that kid will have confidence. And it goes back to what I said earlier about. I don't think people understand. They don't. Very, very easy for a dad to say, well, just don't play him, or a coach that never has a kid or never been in a. See, the problem is if you've never played the game and had your heart broken, or you haven't had your heart ripped right out of your chest, you don't understand the emotions that you actually have. But when a kid wants to be on a team and wants to play, especially in youth hockey, when you shit on a player early, you're actually ripping his heart out. You're taking his confidence right out of everything. You're making him feel like absolute shit. For what? There's ways that you can handle this kid. You can actually give him a task. So if you're sat on a bench, man, and your coach overlooks you every single time or doesn't pay any attention to you, a kid, man, that just wants to play hockey is sitting there, and you know what they're doing? Like, and I know this sounds because I did it at 16. So when I was playing the OHL my first year, it was game 2. Game 1, I played a lot against the Windsor Spitfires. My first game, had a point, 2 points. I was playing great. And I figured, okay, this league's not too bad. Next day, it was against either Guelph or Hamilton. I think it was Guelph at home. So I'm ready to go, and it's second period, and I hadn't had one shift yet. I chose this, by the way, right? But what do you think I was doing on the bench? Cheering my team?
Yeah, crying.
I was crying.
Yeah.
I was crying, like every other kid would, because I cared. But I didn't cry like like blubbering.
Yeah.
I was on the bench literally like this. You know? What's going on?
Right.
What is going on? Why am I not playing? Like, and you do the look at the coach thing, like, did you forget about me? Like, what? And I was heartbroken. I never sat a shift in my life, but I'm heartbroken. And then you go home at night and you're going, what the heck? I just didn't know.
Right.
I learned later that,
That's
you're no good at
process,
16,
yeah.
right? But I didn't know. I didn't have a foundation. I didn't have someone like this saying, this is what's going to happen. So I went in there thinking I was like one of the best players in the world to not playing. What happened? Like, I didn't know, but that's what happened to me. And I'm no different than anybody else. And when that happens and it happens again, or you do something well and the coach says, yeah, good job. And then good job means keep sitting. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything right. It beats you down. But my distinction here is that I chose this now. I had my school paid for. I was trying to be a National Hockey League player. I was playing in the league that I dreamed about playing. It's a professional league, right? So I chose this. Do you want to stay or not? Right? But when a kid's playing midget, Bantam, Pee-wee, Atom, U60, whatever you call these freaking things now, you don't have the right to break their heart and tear their heart out of them and make them go home and feel like they're a piece of shit. You don't have that right, coach. You have zero right doing that. You have to find a way to make it work. So any of you that think that, well, you're not good enough, you're just going to have to suck it up. No, you're not that tough. I'll tell you know what I mean? You're not that tough. They're a tough guy. Stop it.
Yeah.
They're kids.
And it's worse than that too, because it spills into other parts of their life. Like, you do that to a kid, you think it's just about the hockey. It's like that kid goes to school with his buddies that all got to play on the weekend and feels like shit for the whole day at school, or he's embarrassed or humiliated or whatever because of something you said to him or something that you didn't do or not paying attention or whatever it is. Like, it spills into other parts of it actually affects their development in other parts of their life. It's not just their hockey, so you're in a very,
and the thing is, it's just unnecessary,
right?
Like, I have no problem. Like, we talked about this. My brother asked me a question this morning. Ray J, crazy bastard. Scott Rex's buddy.
Yeah.
He asked me a question this morning. He goes, can I ask you a question? I'm being serious. I go, yeah. No.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, for sure. He goes, if you had to do it with Charlie all over again, would you do anything different? And it took me 3/4 of a second. And I said, absolutely not. Not one thing. So don't let me forget this. Okay. It's about the shit sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just remind me of that. Said, like, and I think all parents are relatively the same, but I said, I was excited when my son was born, or getting born, or birth. What do you call it? My wife was pregnant for him. Okay. I was excited. I was probably the most excited dad in the world. Probably not, but I thought so. Couldn't wait for my son to be born. Okay. Talked to him in the belly. He'd kick. I'd just be like, this is unbelievable. Yeah. My boy. Because I knew it was a boy. Couldn't wait. Yeah. So when he came out, all I did was I loved him, kissed him, and he did everything with me. Right? I didn't choose for him to be a hockey player. That's not a choice. I was telling my brother that. He by default, he would ask me, can I go skating? Because he saw my life, right? Mm-hmm. I go, well, you want to play in the leaves, little guy? Because I didn't feel like freaking skating. Can we go skating, Daddy? Yeah, we'll go skating. So we go skating, and we grew up in this place, and every day it was about, can I play hockey? Can I play hockey? Can I play hockey? And then he wanted to be a hockey player. It had nothing to do with it, man. Like, except for the environment. And he wanted to play in the OHL. That's what he wanted to do. He grew up with it, and that's what he wanted to do. He's living his dream right now, and he's got bigger dreams, but he's living his dream right now. Happiest kid in the world. He was just saying the other day, playing for the Guelph Storm, playing the OHL. It's the actual games in the hockey is the bonus. He goes, it's the best life in the whole world. So that's the good part. Okay. So would I change that for anything? Not a chance. Not the way I raised him. Nothing. I love the way he is as a human. It's great. So the other side of it is what I told my brother. I said, even the shit sandwiches, because the shit sandwiches that he's gone through and will always continue to go through in this crazy hockey world, hard life that it is. Um, it teaches him character. It teaches him so many things. And like when he outperformed someone last year, but didn't get to play, he had to mentally go, what the hell? What do I have to do? But he worked through it. My point to that is that he's made that decision now. I don't mind the shit sandwich; it's good for him. But if the shit sandwiches came 3 years ago when he was playing youth hockey, no good, no good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So